Hi, welcome to Yoga by Janelle. Today's class is going to be focused on pain relief for lower back pain. The pain could be due to a herniated disc, it could be due to sciatic pain, or it could just be a lower back strain or pull. For this class today, you may want to have a yoga block or two. You may also want to have a yoga strap or a towel. And of course, you're going to need your yoga mat. So, go ahead, gather those things, and let's get started. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. I invite you to come to the center of your mat. You're going to keep your feet firmly pressed down into the ground. You're going to lengthen up through your spine, from your tailbone up to the top of your head. Rotate those palms forward. Bring those shoulders down and back. Go ahead, close your eyes, and begin to inhale through your nose. We're going to inhale to the count of 4. And exhale it down for the count of 4. Inhale again. Exhale it out. And one more time. If you have not already done so, go ahead and close your eyes. Continue to breathe. Draw your abdominal muscles in towards your spine. Relax your jaw and relax that space between your eyelids. Draw your attention inward to your breath. Allowing all those thoughts that you have racing through your mind, just simply let them go. On your next inhale, we're going to bring those arms up over top of your head, bringing your pointer fingers together and clasping the others. I'm going to inhale it up. You can open your eyes. Take a few breaths. You may want to widen your stance just a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of a side lean. We're going to lean to your right. Get a nice long stretch. Let's take a few breaths here. Back to center. Going to go to your left. And back to center. In this position, or you may bring your hands down to your side, we're going to take a slight back bend. In your back bend, you don't want to try to force yourself all the way back. Just going to go slightly back, gazing your eyes upward. And back to center. Bring those hands down to your side. You can bring your hands onto your hips. I'm going to do one more back bend. The slight gaze upward. And back up. We're going to take just a couple of moments. We're going to just do a little bit of stretching those arms out. We're going to draw your right arm across your body. We're going to just stretch it out at the top of that shoulder. And we're going to bring it up over your head, stretching out those triceps. Switch over to the other side. Keeping those abdominal muscles drawn in. And release. We're going to walk it to the top of our mats. We're going to start with a modified sun salutation. We're going to start with inhaling, lifting those arms up and lifting your head to gaze upward. Follow my cues. We're going to inhale it down, arms to your side. You're going to inhale, set back into chair. exhale it, hands down to your knees. We're going to step back into a high crescent lunge. I'm going to take 3 breaths here. Inhale again. And lower that back knee down, dropping those toes. You're going to come down onto both knees, known as tall kneeling. In this posture, we're going to come down onto our hands and knees. We're going to form our backs into a tabletop posture. Make sure that your wrists are directly stacked underneath of your elbows. Elbows are under your shoulders. You want knees and hips aligned as well. We're going to do cat and cow. In this posture, we're going to just allow those abdominal muscles to drop down, kind of having a rise in your bottom and a little bit of a rise in your head, looking upward, straight ahead. You're going to inhale. You're going to exhale it back to a flat back. I'm going to do this again. When you have a herniated disc or you're dealing with sciatic pain and low back, a lot of things that you want to avoid is doing too much forward flexion. So that's why these postures have been modified. Okay, we're going to come back to your tabletop posture. I want you to extend your left leg back. And you're going to start just by keeping those abdominal muscles drawn in. You're going to lift that back leg up and exhale it down. Again, exhale it down. For a little bit more challenge and balance work, we're going to bring the right hand forward. We're going to lift those together. Inhale it up, exhale it down. Inhale it up, exhale down. Keep those abdominal muscles drawn in. Inhale it up. Helps to protect your back. Exhale it down. 2 more times. Inhale it up, exhale down. 1 more time. Inhale it up. And hold it. And release. The next one that we're going to do is going to give you a little bit of abdominal work. We're going to start with the same posture. So you're going to extend that left leg back. This time, you're going to try to lift it in the air and draw it in towards your body. You're going to exhale it in. Inhale it out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Okay, we're going to bring that arm with it too. Two. And release. We're going to come back up into your tall kneeling. We're going to step forward with that right leg. And we're going to come into our crescent lunge. Bring that left leg back forward. Inhale it up into chair. Exhale, arms down to your side. Inhale it up, overhead. Exhale to your heart center. We're going to go through that again. You're going to inhale those arms up. Exhale, arms down to your side. Inhale into chair. Exhale, hands to your knees. Step back with your right foot. You can find the posture that suits you best. Arms can be up or at your waist. Drop that knee down. We're going to bring your other knee down into tall kneeling. Hands on the ground. Find that nice flat back. We're going to extend your right knee this time. We're going to go ahead and start lifting either both arm and leg or just that leg. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Keeping those abdominal muscles drawn in. Inhale it in. Exhale it out. Inhale it in. Exhale it out. Inhale it Exhale it out. Inhale it in. And exhale. Okay. We're going to come back to tabletop. And we're going to bring ourselves back into tall kneel. We're going to step that left leg forward. Bring that back. Tuck your toes. Bring it back into your high crescent lunge. Bringing that foot forward into chair. Bring those arms down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, heart center. Let's come to our center of our mats. We're going to go into our warrior sequence. You're going to turn your right leg out to the top of your mat. Gently walk that left leg back, turning it to a 45-degree angle, rotating those hips to the front of your mat. Bend that right knee and have it stacked so the knee is over the ankle, lifting those arms up, shoulders down and back. Take a few breaths. Keeping that knee track between the second and third toe. You're going to open up into Warrior Two. You may have to make a slight adjustment to your back foot. Gazing over your right arm. Going into Reverse Warrior, dropping your left arm down and rotating that front arm up, leaning back, breathing into the right side of your body, feeling that stretch, gazing at the eye of your elbow, keeping those abdominal muscles drawn in. Returning to your Warrior Two. We're going to bring that right forearm down to your thigh, leaning into that right side, bringing that left arm up into a nice stretch. Notice the energy that you have going from that foot all the way up through that hand. Breathing into that left side of that body. Returning back up to your Warrior Two. Going to bring those legs together. Now if you need your block, you can grab your block at this time. You can have it on either level that works best for you. You're going to sit back into your left hip, slowly sliding the right arm down towards the ground. You can use your block to help with your balance or bringing the floor closer to your hand. You're going to rotate that arm up, or you may leave your arm on your waist. This is your triangle. Keep a little bit of a bend in that leg. We're going to move your block out the way. Come back up nice and slow. Rotating your left leg to the edge of the mat. I'm going to take onto your Warrior One position again. Moving into Warrior Two. Going to go into our Reverse Warrior once more. Again, keeping that front knee bent. Gazing upward. Make sure you're breathing. Returning to Warrior Two. Dropping your left forearm to your thigh, stretching your right arm up and over. Breathe into the right side of your body. Returning back to your Warrior Two. And we're going to straighten that leg out. Bring those legs in just a little bit. Grab your block if you need your block. We're going to push the weight back into our right hip again. Turning that left leg to the edge of your mat. We're going to slide that hand down towards the ground. You can keep that hand on your lower leg if necessary. Rotating upward, extending the arm. If you're having any problems with your neck, keep your head facing down. And we're going to come back up to stand. Bring those feet in. Let's work on some balance. So we're going to start by simply rooting those feet firmly down into the ground. You may want to separate those toes. That'll help kind of keep your balance a little bit. We're going to start by placing that left leg firmly down. You're going to bring that right leg to a slight bend. Make sure you're going to keep those abdominal muscles pulled in. Your spine is going to be lengthened. And you're going to lift that right leg up off of the ground, just like this. If modifying this posture or position, you can use your block on any level. You can have your block flat. This may be where you are, and this is perfectly okay. You can turn your block up on this level here. And you can also bring your block up to the top level. Whichever level you're on, we're going to stay here. You can bring your hands to your heart center, or you can find the position that best helps you. We're going to go ahead, find that posture, find that balance position, and hold it. If you're bringing that leg up, you can always grab underneath the knee and hold it there. And breathe. The best way to get that balance is to find a focal point, find something to look at. If you're feeling wobbly, that's just your body's way of adjusting and finding your balance. And release it. We're going to switch to the other side. Again, modify with your block if necessary. You may find that one side is a little bit different than the other one. And release. We're going to go into another, which is called your figure four. And you're going to do the same setup. In this one, you're just going to simply put a nice little bend in your left leg, crossing that right leg over and sinking into that posture, bringing your hands to your chest. We're just going to breathe. Again, find your focal point. And release. We're going to switch over to the other side again. And release. And we're going to go into tree. Tree pose is same thing. You can have your block starting this way. You're going to have that foot firmly planted. Have your block close by. You're going to come up on that toe. You can hold that pose right there. Okay? If you want to bring that higher, you just increase the height. If you're not using your block, you can stand here in tree pose with the foot on the floor. This is an externally rotated pose on your the leg that you're using. You can bring that leg underneath of your knee, and you can bring it up into your groin. But do not place it directly over your knee. So we're going to go ahead, firmly root that left leg down to the ground. We're going to lift that right leg up, find the position that is best suited for you. Bring those hands up to your heart. Take a few breaths. Find your focal point. Make those adjustments to get your balance. Keep those abdominal muscles tight. Now we're going to grow those branches. You're going to stretch those arms out just like tree branches. And hold it. You're going to root down through those feet and rise up through those arms. And bring it down. We're going to switch to the other side. And you may, again, I can't bring this leg all the way up to my thigh, so that's something I'm working on. So you may find a difference again, like I said. Bring those hands to your heart center. Take 3 breaths here. We're going to grow those tree branches again, stretch them up. And bring those legs in. And we're going to go back to the other side of our mat. We're going to come to the side that we haven't used yet. We're going to go back to our salutation. You're going to inhale, lift. Exhale those arms down to your side. You're going to inhale into chair. Exhale, hands down to your knees. Step back into your high lunge. In high lunge, you can find the best posture that works for you. Arms up, arms on your knees, or if you need your blocks, you can use your blocks. You're going to bring that knee down to the ground, and we're going to hold it here and get a little bit of a stretch here. Now bring that right leg back. Come back down into your tabletop. We're going to take a couple cat and cows. Dropping that abdominal muscles, gazing upward. Exhale it out. Inhale in. Exhale it out. Get it onto a flat back. We're going to lower down all the way to the mat. Flatten those toes down, bringing your elbows in at your chest. Fingers are going to be spread apart. We're going to take on our Sphinx pose. Lifting that back up, gazing your eyes forward. Keeping those abdominals tucked in. And release it. Bringing those hands down to where your elbows were, right at your chest. You're not going to have your arms flailing out to the side. You're going to keep your elbows pushing back behind you. We're going to push up into Cobra. And we're going to just do a slight Cobra bend. We're not going to go into full-fledged Cobra. So you're just going to lift up. Keep your abdominal muscles drawn in. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale down. Inhale it up. Exhale down. You should be feeling this in your back a little bit and in your tricep muscles. Inhale it up. And exhale it down. And one more inhale. And exhale it down. We're going to go into crocodile pose. I'm moving my blocks out the way. It's just going to simply fold your arms one on top of the other and bring your head down. We're going to do a little bit of a resting posture. Rest the back. In this position, I want you to simply just take some breaths and relax. Lift your head, straighten those arms out in front of you. You can start this position by just simply lifting one leg at a time, keeping those abdominals drawn in. And you can also add on doing the opposite arm and leg. So if you're going to move into doing the opposite arm and leg, we're going to lift your left leg and your right arm together. Inhale it up, exhale it down. We're going to do the opposite, right leg and left arm. Inhale it up, exhale it down. This is a move from your hip, not your knee. So we're not doing this. We're actually lifting from the hip. Inhale. Inhale again. One more. One more with the left arm. And exhale it down. We're going to bring those hands up to your chest. We're going to push into tabletop. Bring your toes together, widen your knees out, and sink back into child's pose. You're going to extend those arms forward, bringing that head down onto the mat. Lift your head up, and we're going to bring ourselves back up into tabletop. We're going to come down and sit onto our right side if you can. We're going to make ourselves way into a seated position. You want to cross your legs. We're going to do some quick little upper body stretching, a little bit of back and breathing. Find yourself in a nice seated position. We're going to inhale it up and exhale it down. On the next inhale, we're going to inhale up and exhale, twist at your waist, looking over that right shoulder. Take a couple breaths. If this is uncomfortable, listen to your body and do not twist, just stay forward. And release it to the front. We're going to inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist over the left shoulder and gaze over that shoulder. Pay attention to where your mind has wandered at this point. If you're having any thoughts re-entering, allow them to leave and focus on your breath. We're going to alternate and switch those legs. In yoga, you want to be symmetrical. So everything you want to do on one side, you want to do it on the other side. That's what helps to find balance in your practice. I'm going to inhale it up again. And exhale it down. Inhale up. Exhale, look over that right shoulder again. And return to center. Going to inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, look over that left shoulder. And return to center. We're going to bring those legs out slightly. And we're going to bring them into having your soles of your feet touching one another. We're just going to sit here in your butterfly position. If you need to place blocks underneath, you can place them under your thighs like this. As a nice way to help support yourself. You can get a little bit of a stretch by simply taking those arms and just pushing in. And you can lean forward a little, but not very much. Again, we have to protect those backs. I actually have a yoga strap that I'm going to use. So go ahead, relax your legs. We're going to go ahead and transition down onto our backs, but we'll stay there for a couple of breaths to give you a moment to go and grab your towel or your yoga strap. Alright, once you're on your back, what we're going to do is make sure that your back is firmly pressed into the ground. So reposition so your back is on the ground. Bring those heels of your feet so that you can rub them with your fingertips. Extended legs, arms extended out. And you're going to keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. Palms are going to be on the ground. And you want to wrap those muscles in those thighs inwards. You don't want your legs flailing out. You're going to push up through your feet, peeling your pelvis away from the ground. And you're going to inhale when you push up. And hold it. And exhale it down, one vertebra at a time from the top, lowering your pelvis back down. You're going to inhale up again. And exhale it down. Inhale again. Exhale it down. And one more inhale. And exhale it down. You're going to bring your left leg, cross it over your right thigh. Flex those toes back towards your ankles. You may just be at this position for stretching the piriformis muscle. If you can bring your leg up, you're going to bring that leg up to bring it towards your chest. You can thread your arm through the middle or your strap or towel and pull that leg back. And hold. And release it. I'm going to switch, bringing that right leg over and left, and bringing it in. And release it again. We're going to go into your hamstring stretch. You're going to lift that left leg up. You're going to kind of do a lasso on it with your strap. You can do it if you have holes in your strap, you can do it that way. Or you can just cradle it with your towel. Pulling that leg towards your head, keeping a small bend in that knee. You can stretch the right leg down and hold it. This is a good stretch for you all, the piriformis stretch and this one as well. A lot of times when you have back issues, you do not get a good chance to stretch these hamstrings. So on a day-to-day basis, I would encourage you to do this stretch and the piriformis stretch. And release it. And we're going to switch again, bringing that leg up. And stretching that leg back. Stretch it out or keep it up. And release it. And put your strap to the side. We're going to straighten those arms out to the sides. You're going to drop your legs to the right and gaze to your left. Bringing it back into the center. Keep those muscles tight in the abs. Looking out to the other side, rotating those legs to the left. Going to do one more round of those. Returning to the center and dropping legs to the left. And return to the center. We're going to straighten those legs out. Just letting them just fall while they may. Bring your arms down to your sides with the palms facing up. This is our final pose. We're going to rest here for a few minutes. You can go ahead and return to your normal breathing pattern, allowing your body to relax into the floor. Noticing how your body has changed. Notice any increased flexibility, any decrease of pain. Allowing those thoughts to return, acknowledging those things that serve your purpose, and allowing the things that don't. Allow yourself to let go of those things. I want you to begin to bring movement back into your hands and your feet. Open those eyes. We're going to begin to sit up. At this time, if you are currently experiencing pain in your back, you're not going to want to just sit yourself straight up. What I would encourage you to do is whichever side, if it's one-sided pain that you're having, the side that is not having the pain, bring that leg up. And we're going to slowly bring those hips over to the side. We're going to do what's kind of like a log roll. We're just going to roll everything at one time. So bring the arm on over and roll onto your side. You're going to push yourself up to a seated position and slowly bring those feet in front of you. Now I like to sit with my legs crossed. That may not be your desired position. That's okay. Find a position that suits you best. I want you to just sit for a couple moments to make sure that you're not going to be dizzy when you get up off this floor. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in and joining this class today. I hope that this class has given you some relief to your pain. I hope that you were able to gain something from this class today. I want you to take with you everything you've done in this class. Make sure that you are trying to find balance in your day-to-day lives. Be flexible with yourselves and others, and of course, try to find that inner strength to keep pushing. If you are in a crisis with pain right now, I strongly urge that you do this at least 3 days in a row. Just one time a day, 3 days in a row. Drop me a comment below, and if you have enjoyed this, please subscribe to my channel. Share this with your friends and your family that you think this would benefit. And of course, hit your notification bell so that you can be notified when we upload new routines. I hope that you've had a wonderful experience with this class today, and I just want to say thank you so much for joining me, and have a blessed day.